Let's talk about your development team's ability to fix accessibility issues. And let's start with this. A development background is necessary to fix most accessibility issues. So you will get back your audit report, and most of the issues in that report will be code based, which means that you will need a developer to make those fixes. However, just because someone is a developer doesn't mean they know about accessibility. And this is a misconception that some people have. They will assume that if someone has a development background or they're a web designer, that they will understand accessibility. And that is not the case. And that is because accessibility is its own specialized subset of knowledge. So unless someone has studied accessibility, they won't be familiar with it. So again, to recap here, we will need someone with a development background to make the fixes. But just having a development background does not mean you understand accessibility unless you've studied it. So if that is the case, then the developer can make the fix, but we still need to make sure that the fix has been made correctly. And this is where validation comes into play and why validation is so important, because it's one thing for our team to make the fixes. It's another to know that the fixes have been made correctly. So with validation, we typically have the auditor of the digital asset go back and look at the fixes, and they're going to let you know whether the issue has been resolved or there is more work to be done. And if there's more work to be done, so if there's something still outstanding, then the validator will provide feedback on how to fix that issue. And in most cases, there are multiple rounds of validation, so it's usually between 2 and 5. But this is a very important distinction, is that we need the developers, but that most developers are new, or if they're or they're at least not that familiar with accessibility. So we need to make sure that the fixes that they're making are actually resolving the issue. Now, this last bullet point on the slide is use Tracker AI for fixes and training. And this is where our accessibility tracker platform is so helpful when remediating. So, because our platform is audit based, you upload your accessibility audit to Tracker, and there are AI tools. And if you use the AI tools, it's not just like you're going to Chat GPT or Google Gemini and then asking for help. The issues, all of the audit data is extracted. And so AI has access to that audit data and can help your team, guide your team through the fixes. So this can ensure that more issues are fixed correctly the first time, which means less rounds of validation, which means you're going to save time and money, and your project is going to get completed sooner. But it also has the extra benefit of really training your team as they're being productive and fixing issues, because your team is going to have access to these different AI tools. And so the AI tools can help your team with model code, and it can help your team with understanding the actual accessibility issue. And it also can provide workaround alternatives. So you have all of these tools available. You can even enter in your own custom prompt. But the AI has access to your audit report, and so all of the data. So your team is learning on the issues that are specific to your digital asset. So this is a tremendous advantage to going through accessibility tracker as you are working. And of course, there are other features. You can assign issues to different team members. You can update the status of individual issues. But the point here is that if you're using the AI, then it's really going to help you complete your project sooner. And it's also going to help your team understand how to make the fixes next necessary. So this is one video in an entire series where we are looking at the frequently asked questions that clients ask us about accessibility audits. So I will include a link to the entire playlist in the description. I will also include a link to Accessibility Tracker so you can look into that. But that will do it for this video, and we will continue on with the next.